Inside the Story with Nora O'Donnell.
It's terrible that a crisis like this has to remind people how important a manufacturing base is, but it does just that.
This week on 60 Minutes, I interviewed Bill Ford, the executive chairman of the Ford Motor Company, and the chairman and CEO of General Motors, Mary Barra. This piece is about the two great American automakers and how they have to pivot from making cars to making medical gear.
This crisis hits, and we immediately went to making ventilators and respirators, face shields, gowns, kind of anything that's needed, we're making it.
Mary, before COVID-19, how much did you know about the ventilator business?
I didn't know very much at all. And I've learned there's a whole range of ventilators.
This is the first time I've ever done a 60 Minutes interview remotely. And we did it because of the need to do social distancing. It did feel totally different. Hi, Bill. How are you? I always do like to see somebody in person, but given the circumstances, I understand that wasn't something we could do.
I'm in a conference room at the plant.
Ford and General Motors have a history of being able to shut down their auto production lines and use that incredible, great American manufacturing to aid in a war effort.
Unfortunately, America's been in crisis a lot since my great-grandfather founded our company.
Ford was in World War I helping to make these big Eagle boats.
General Motors was the first to get the assignment to weld tanks.
You look at General Motors in World War II.
We literally shut down our factories, and General Motors was involved in building tanks, building engines for a variety of military equipment.
I think there's a sentiment out there is, why do we have to go to China to get masks for our healthcare workers? Why do we have a shortage in America of protective equipment for our healthcare workers? Why can't we make more of that in America? Now, there would have to be a lot of legislative changes and labor changes in order to make that happen, but it's certainly at the forefront of a lot of people's minds. And certainly Bill Ford said, I think there's a great appreciation for what American manufacturing and the workers who do this can do, and do it really quickly and do it on scale.
We know how to make complex things, and we know how to make a lot of them, and we can apply that to almost anything. And so when somebody comes to us and says, can you make a ventilator? Not many companies can say yes, and very few then can say yes, and we can make a lot of them with quality, and when do you need them?
Is there a lesson there for manufacturing in America?
Well, I think the lesson is manufacturing really matters, and it matters to this country, and it matters in times, in good times when people may not be thinking of it, but in times when the country really needs it, people are very appreciative that it's there.
Do you see a scenario in which there is a resurgence in American manufacturing?
We generally have a philosophy where we build where we sell. A tremendous amount of work for autos sold in North America happen in this continent, and much of it in the United States. So it'll be interesting to see if other industries look and reevaluate their supply chain, but it's something that we do quite a bit of right now.
We need to do everything we can to manufacture things to keep people safe. And that's something I think our country can never lose.